Hello mga ka-explorer! Ito, bumili kami ng ticket doon sa aquarium. Pero meron pang isang aquarium sa pupuntahan namin. Valid din yung ticket doon sa isang aquarium. So yun. Pupunta tayo sa aquarium. Sana maraming makita doon sa aquarium na yun. Yan. Tumigil na yung hail. So hindi na masakit sa mata. Wala nang snow na pumapatak. Sana wala mamaya kasi malayo yung lalakarin namin pabalik sa hotel. Magla-lunch muna kami, tas mag-i-stay sa hotel, tas magdi-dinner, tas manonood ng fireworks. Yun ang gagawin namin kasi lamig. Ayan. Medyo malayo din ang kabilang aquarium. Antong whirlpool raft. So aquarium, Great Lakes 360. Pupunta tayo sa main building na aquarium. And we'll be in common. Pupunta na tayo doon. Amoy isda, no? Di ba yung amoy niya? Amoy isda siya. So, makakita tayo ng penguin. May sea lion dito, sea turtle, sturgeon. Gusto ko makakita ng penguin. Penguin, ang cute. I love penguins.
Yeah, they're just like not doing it. You got many.
Cute.
To know who's who and how much each one's eating.
It is pretty important. You know, their appetite can be one of the first indicators for us that, hey, something might be going on. They might be feeling under the weather. They might be getting ready to molt. They might be getting ready to lay an egg. A lot of, their appetite can give us that information, but that's also important to be able to tell who's who for, observational reasons. If we see someone behaving odd, we want to know who that is, to know if that's maybe normal behavior for that individual, what's normal for one. Might be very strange for another, so it gives us a good idea of who's who and what to expect from each individual, especially if we do notice something that's a little bit out of the ordinary here at Penguin Coast.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, after all of our feedings, any training sessions we do with these guys, they will make sure that all of their observations, all of the amounts of food that our penguins have eaten are all being recorded. And we have decades worth of information of these records that have been in place for our penguins over the years. So we can look and see at some of those trends in their diets, when they increase their diets throughout the year, when they decrease, and we can keep track of how individuals are from one year to the next. Yes, you have a question. You have two, okay. That's a good question. So we're wondering, how do we tell males and females apart? Like, how do we know a penguin is a boy or a girl before we have those bracelets on?
We actually can't tell just by looking at them. So when they are young, we will take a small blood sample and we'll send that to a lab that can actually test their DNA to tell whether they're male or female. And that's the only way to know for sure.
Yeah, what was your next question? Have any of them laid eggs before? They have. So we actually have 4 of our younger penguins, of our youngest penguins, I should say, that have hatched here since 2020. So we've been pretty successful over the years. So we have had eggs laid here, we have had some hatch. Burgess is actually down on the bottom wearing her pink bracelet. She hatched here 24 years ago. And then, like I said, we have our 4 more recent juveniles, youngsters, hatch here at the aquarium. So yeah, right now we are in breeding season. So a lot of our penguins are spending a lot of time in their nests. We're waiting to see if anyone decides to lay an egg, and if those eggs are laid, we'll monitor it and see if there's any growth inside, and hopefully prepare for some chicks to hatch. If anyone's just joining us, we're here at Penguin Coast taking any questions you guys have about our penguins. So feel free to raise your hand, ask any questions you guys have. So one question I like to ask our audience is, Galapagos Islands close to the equator. Any other questions? Yeah, so Abby, yeah, how closely related are these penguins to the South African penguins?
That is a great question. Actually, they're very, very close. So they are in the same family of penguins, or genus of penguins called the temperate penguins or the banded penguins. They have very similar appearances. They live in very similar areas, those warmer climates, rocky coastlines that are fairly arid. So they're in the same family. They're very closely related. They share a lot of different characteristics, both physical, and habitat-wise in general.
About 20 or so years ago. So when he was rescued, someone was smuggling him over the U.S.-Canadian border in the hubcap of their car. So they were trying to get him over the border. Of course, then he was much smaller. So Jenny from Denver. So now the 2 types of feed that you guys are going to be seeing in here. First, there is a target feed and then a station feed. So Bart and Denny, they are both trained. So now Bart, when it comes to his feeding sessions, he does get a target. So in a few moments when they start, you'll see, oh, there it is right there. So that yellow wiffle ball looking thing is his target. So he
Upside down siya. No electric eel. Fish that doesn't have eyes. Blind fish that doesn't have eyes. They really don't have eyes.